and superior to inferior, but not from anterior to posterior. Okay? So now, yeah, you have to look close to see these distinguishing things from. All right, let's do this question first. I'm going to ask another question. I think I'll ask this one first. Look over here and tell me what surface of the section this is over there. Yeah.
I can't say.
Talk to me.
Can you bring it over here?
Yeah, and I will answer after everyone has seen. So, what surface is this?
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Inferior.
Yeah, it is inferior.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because it's narrower at the base.
Say again.
It's almost like horizontal.
Well,
As
because,
opposed to, yeah,
well, first of all, look at this indentation right over there.
Gyrus rectus.
Yeah, that's the gyrus rectus. And what's the indentation?
Is that the
Well, the first word begins with an O.
Oh, olfactory.
Olfactory.
Yeah, the olfactory sulcus.
Sulcus.
Yeah, so here you can see the gyrus rectus and the olfactory sulcus. So this has to be inferior. Right over here is the olfactory sulcus, that indentation there.
Mm-hmm.
And then just medial to that, which means there, is the gyrus rectus. And now, what do we have here? If that's the olfactory sulcus, what are these?
Olfactory. No.
all of them are
Orbital gyra?
Yes, orbital gyri.
Orbital gyri. I knew that.
I'll just move these
Right on the
that way. Just move these that way. Okay. Now,
I can see
yeah,
perfectly
the
well.
orbital gyri. And what on what was this standing?
Sorry, this is my belly.
the base of the skull.
The lamina orbitalis of the frontal bone, which is the roof of the eye socket. So this concavity matches the convexity of that surface. And then when you look at the lamina orbitalis frontalis, you can see elevations and indentations, which are the negatives of the orbital gyri and sulci. Because the brain forms first and then the bone. So the bone adapts itself to the undersurface of the brain in the area. Okay. So now, what's that in there?
The no.
Centrium semiovalis?
Yes.
Correct. The centrum semiovalis. You see the centrum semiovalis. And then what's this?
Longitudinal fissure.
Yeah, the longitudinal fissure. And then what do we have up over here? Now this is
Superior frontal gyrus?
correct, the superior frontal gyrus. And then what do we have over there for? What is that?
Superior frontal sulcus.
Yeah, the superior frontal sulcus. Now, the inferior frontal gyrus is a little difficult to make out over here. This person had some extra squiggles. It's probably that one, but I won't ask that on this
Is
one.
that the technical term?
What?
Extra squiggles.
Yeah, so in effect, there are as you know, there are there's the main pattern, and then some people have some additional individual sulci and so on, just as some people have sutural bones and others don't, and so on. Okay, so that's what we can see here now. From where in the brain, therefore, we see all of this stuff?
From anterior.
Yeah, anterior, that's right. This is anterior. And how do you know this is anterior?
The size, the shape, and all those lovely things you pointed out. Oh, yes, large semiovalin.
Well, it's possible that you would see a large mass of centrum semiovalis at the other end, too, after you get behind, the internal gray and so on. So,
temporal lobe either.
yeah, then there's other things, such as things we've just identified.
Oh, like the frontal gyrus?
It's got the superior frontal gyrus, which automatically excludes parietal lobe and occipital lobe, It's got the gyrus rectus, which is on the inferior surface of the frontal lobe. It's got orbital gyri. This is way anterior.
Okay.
So it is known by what you see there. It's identified by the entities that are present. Okay? So this was a cut this way, which lopped off the very front ends of the frontal lobes. We're dealing with. It's just a little behind the very front ends. The frontal poles are in another tray somewhere, which we will, when they come up, I will point them out. Okay, so now.
Between breaks.
The max I can upload is 15 minutes. I'm counting down from 25.
Now let's take a look at this.
You have lovely colors,
10
Suze.
minutes.
Thank you.
And split
You trying to wait?
Try this.
No, I don't know. I'm following really.
That's kind of like.
There we go. Okay, I got it. Because of a temperature change, there was a vacuum lock and a pressure lock. Okay, now this is a little tricky. I'm just going to show the surface that you can see right now. And then the question is, this is one of the slices where, without seeing the other side, you can infer which side this is. Because of things that are distinctive for this particular surface.
It's anterior side.
So take a look. Now, I'll let everyone see before an answer is given. So which side of the slice is this? That's the question, but don't answer until everyone has seen.
Don't we need to see the back slice as well?
Now, this is one where you can infer which side this is from what you see on this side.
Oh, okay. So
There are
maybe I'll
some
know
where you
when I
have to
see.
look at both sides, but there are some like this one. There's a limited number, like this one in particular, and a few others where you can infer which side it is, but don't say anything until everyone has seen. Okay, so which side is it?
Anterior.
Posterior.
Damn.
I was wrong.
Yes, now what says posterior?
Oh, because it's the back wall of the
Lateral ventricle.
lateral ventricles.
Well, what do we have? What are these anyway?
Lateral ventricle.
Lateral ventricle.
Yeah, which part?
Oh,
Now you should be paying attention to this.
The posterior.
Posterior horn. The anterior horn. Right?
Anterior horns of the lateral ventricles. Now what's right over there? What am I touching right over there?
Where?
Right inside, and I'm touching this surface in here.
That tissue.
What am I touching right there?
the front of the ventricle.
Yeah, so what
There's
is
a
that?
name for it.
Yeah,
pole?
that's right. Yeah. The anterior pole of what?
Of the lateral
Yeah, the
ventricle.
entire lateral ventricle, and then what else is it as well?
The pole of the anterior.
Yeah, the pole of the anterior horn. Now you can only see that when looking from P toward A. See, on the other side is just going to be centrum semiovale.
Because it didn't start yet.
Yeah, that's right. So now I can flip that. We just have to find a recipient tray that could use a little more fluid.
Yes.
Now before I flip it, let's identify other things we can see on this side. Now we actually have something that is almost this far anterior, but not quite. You know, one of the handouts has it, where many of the things that you can see here are visible, and also there's things that repeat from the previous slice as well. So here's something that repeats from the previous slice. What is that? And then what's just lateral to it?
Olfactory gyrus.
Well, in effect, functionally, yeah, the gyrus rectus, which is olfactory in function. Yeah, and the olfactory sulcus, and then what are these over here? Yeah, so those repeat in lots of slices. Now, what is this indentation here and here? The indentations, the space, not a structure.
Longitudinal.
Lateral,
Yeah,
longitudinal fissure.
Yeah, the longitudinal fissure. Okay, now look at this. This stuff was quiz legal on a particular screen. This is the one that was quiz legal was a bit posterior to this, so you couldn't see the poles of the anterior horns. It was a little further back, but this stuff was still all there. So now the question happens to be what? Now don't answer right away, though. I want to show it to everybody before an answer is presented. What's that?